Stu, first of all, how do you reflect on Monday's draw at Fleetwood Town?
I think it was a brilliant result in the end, especially after the first half. Obviously, we didn't start the game as we would have liked to, but to show the desire and the character to come back, it was it was a brilliant result in the end, and obviously another point on the board.
For a second game in a row, we've come back from a 2-goal deficit late on to gain a point. That speaks volumes of our character and determination.
100%. We've got a great group of boys in the changing room, and as you see with lads coming on as well, the desire when they come on and the desire across the team to get back in the game and do well. Like I say, it's 2 games in a row now we've done that. Hopefully we won't have to do it too many times this season, because obviously we don't like to be in losing positions, but it just goes to show that we've got the character to do it should we need to. So yeah, it's very, very promising, very pleasing, but hopefully we're not in that position too many times.
Just sticking with characteristics like character, determination, togetherness, etc. Those are such important traits for any squad to have, aren't they?
Oh, 100%. You need that in abundance, and it's going to be tough times throughout the season where we're going to be backs against the wall. We might be defending a lead. We might be trying to get back into the game. So that's where you really need that character to show up and really get yourself in the game or really hold out. And that's where I think throughout the change room we have many big characters, and the desire throughout the change room is absolutely excellent.
For you personally, 2 solid shifts in the last 2 games, which went a long way in us picking up points. That must have been really pleasing for you.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, it was a bit of a difficult start to the season for myself. So to get back in and be solid, it was massive for me. Just mentally pleasing, really. I know I can do it, and it's one of those where, just to be back out there and obviously help the team gain the points is the biggest thing for me.
Looking back earlier in the season, and specifically those 2 mistakes against Doncaster Rovers and Newport County, uncharacteristic by your own standards, how important was it for you to bounce back the way you have done?
Oh, massively, yeah. It's never nice to make a mistake, but I think as a goalkeeper it's always highlighted more, especially when it's 2 games in a row as well. I think if I make those 2 mistakes spread out through the season, then no one really says anything. It's just one of those that I just made a mistake, it is what it is. Obviously, it's never nice to make a mistake. 2 in a row it's not good. But as you said, it's uncharacteristic for myself, and I've learned from it. It's one of those things. Obviously, you just got to be strong mentally and bounce back from it. So hopefully, throughout the season, I'll help the team pick up plenty more points. So obviously it's disappointing, but it's just one of those you've got to get over it and move on quickly.
You touch on mentality there. How big is that when it comes to goalkeeping?
Oh, it's huge. It's such a mentally challenging position. I think it's probably one of the hardest positions on the pitch mentally. You make a mistake, it's in the back of the net. You have to be switched on for 90 minutes, because otherwise that 1 split second that you switch off or you make a mistake yourself and it costs your team a goal. So not only that, throughout the game you're organising, you're seeing what's happening here. Is the ball going to go through? Is it doing it? You probably got about 100 decisions in a split second to make. So it's a very difficult position to be. As well as that, you're trying to help organise the team, make sure the team are tight, we're doing things right. So, because at the end of the day, you're the one at the back that can see everything. So, mentally challenging for sure.
I suppose part of having a positive mental environment in which you're working week in, week out, that's key. And seemingly what you have with Barry Roach and Harry Burgoyne must be hugely beneficial for you. Yeah,
definitely. We've got a very good goalkeeping unit here. Obviously the young lads as well coming up through the academy and joining us in training every day. We've got a great goalkeeping group, and we have fun, we enjoy ourselves, but when we work, we work. And just having that goalkeeping unit behind you as well, it's a very open group. So there's times where, if I've got a question or I'm like, I'm not sure on this, what do you think? Everyone asks their opinion, and vice versa as well. If there's any keepers in the group that come across and are like, well, I would have done it this way, what do you think? Would you do it that way? Or, we have a very open discussion. So I think that's massive in any goalkeeping group to be able to do that. And, everyone's got different styles of play as a goalkeeper. And hearing everyone's opinion on how they would do something is brilliant. It gives you an insight to a lot of different views and opinions. And you may stick with your way, but you might go, actually, the way they do that's pretty good. And you might take little snippets into your game as well.
We see you each day with a big smile on your face. Given the injury you sustained last season, is coming in and doing what you love something that you don't take for granted?
Oh, 100%. And like I say, after having such a big injury last year, it was very disappointing. I came here start of the season, I was loving playing, and you can't beat that feeling, being out on the pitch every day, training with a load of lads that you get on really well with. Your teammates it's brilliant, and then ultimately playing the game at the end of the week is what you work towards. So to have that taken away, obviously so early in the season, and have such a long period out, it was very challenging. So yeah, to be back now and back out there playing, it's absolutely brilliant. So I definitely don't take it for granted.
2 consecutive home games coming up. How much are you looking forward to those?
Oh, massively. When we play at home, it's absolutely brilliant, especially when the fans are out there and the ground's pumping. Hopefully we can get the results, but playing at home, I enjoy playing here all the time, and it's just something that I relish. And every time I come here, I really enjoy it.
Finally, Notts County first up on Saturday. Quite an up and down season for them last year, but 4th in the league so far after 7 played. What do you make of them?
Yeah, they've obviously had a good start. They were a very good side last year as well, and I'm quite surprised that they didn't finish higher than they actually did. But it's going to be a very challenging game. They're a good side. They're a well-drilled side. Last season, playing in that game at home was probably one of the most mentally challenging games I've had, just because of obviously, the organisation it had to do, and how much you've got to stay switched on, because they had a lot of possession in the game, and if you switch off for 1 second, then the ball could be in the back of the net. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game, as they all are, to be honest. But again, it's just one that I'm really looking forward to. It's another game at home in front of our fans, and it's another opportunity to perform.